hope you are all enjoying the holiday season. We had our holiday party at work today, so I dressed up all festive with my red skirt, and I got some little Santa leggings on. Hello friends, it's Jess. I am here to give you my first week update on the 10 milligram of Mounjaro. That's right, the 10 milligram, because my doctor titrated me up to the 7.5 milligram and sent it into my pharmacy, and they have it on back order. So they were unable to get it. I tried multiple times calling them and asking them if they had an ETA yet on when it was going to be available, and they did not. I did also call them and ask them about staying on the 5 milligram because I still had refills available. They looked into that, and it was also on back order, and they had no ETA for it. So at that point, I reached out to my doctor and let him know the situation, asked him what he thought would be a good idea. The pharmacy did say that they would be able to fill a 2.5. So anyway, after discussing it with my doctor, he asked me about any side effects that I had been having on the 5 milligram, and I told him I wasn't really having too many side effects. We decided that it would probably be okay for me to go up to the 10 milligram. I really didn't want to go back down to the 2.5 because the appetite suppression, even on the 5 milligram, the last couple of days before my injection would start to wear off. I knew that going back down to the 2.5, there would most likely be next to no appetite suppression at all. Anyway, went to the 10 milligram. It was available, and my pharmacy, they never really have the Mounjaro in stock. They always normally take a day or two to get it, but they did say that they would be able to get it. So my doctor sent in the prescription for the 10 milligram, and they filled it the next day or something. As far as side effects, it's hard to say because I ended up catching the flu. So I did the injection Saturday evening. I guess I did think about possibly not doing the injection if I was coming down with a cold, but I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna keep at it. I haven't had any really bad side effects from taking Mounjaro, so I figured even taking it, if I was gonna get sick, it wouldn't be a big deal. Definitely a lot more appetite suppression on the 10 milligram. I wasn't super hungry anyway, just because I really wasn't feeling well. When I've heard other people talk about having to essentially force themselves to eat, I have never had that sensation the entire 2 months that I have been on Mounjaro. So I just thought that it didn't really affect me that way. But this last week, there were definitely times that I had to force myself to eat. Weighed in, and I was down 3.4 pounds.
She just keeps going.
Happy with that number. I've had a couple pretty big weeks for me in a row. I definitely want this weight loss to be sustainable, and so I am not necessarily super concerned about slowing it down just because I have so much weight to lose, but I do want to make sure that I am following my dietitian's guidelines and getting in an average of 1,650 calories per day, and then also hitting my protein goal of getting over 100 grams of protein a day. These last few weeks, pretty much the week from Thanksgiving on, I haven't been doing a very good job at tracking, and so I really want to get back to tracking and just make sure that I'm hitting those numbers. So I thought we might do something a little bit different this video. I went back through the comments on my videos and found some of the questions that you guys have asked me in the past. So I thought it might be fun to do like a little Q&A session. The first thing is, the name of my channel is Jess in the Pacific Northwest. Living in the Pacific Northwest, like anyone that lives here knows what PNW stands for, but it has come to my attention that maybe not everyone like in the whole US knows what PNW stands for. So that's what it stands for, Jess in the Pacific Northwest. I live in Washington State, about 25 minutes south of Seattle. Pretty much right on the I-5 corridor. Born and raised here. Maybe one day we'll move, but I think we'll definitely stay in the Pacific Northwest, probably maybe down to Oregon or some things. I've had some questions about where I get my prescription filled. I get my prescriptions at Costco, every single one. I've never changed pharmacies. My very first prescription, I actually got a coupon from my doctor for the Mounjaro that made the first month absolutely free. And so that was the coupon that I used. Costco accepted it without any questions. And then after that, I started using the savings coupon off of the Mounjaro website that makes the prescription $25. Let's see, I do have private insurance through my work. I've had a question on, does my insurance cover Mounjaro? I haven't tried to run it through my insurance. I've looked at my insurance plan and it does say that it's covered with a physician something or other, but I'm pretty sure that it's probably only for type 2 diabetics. And so that's another question that I have gotten. Am I type 2 diabetic? And the answer is no, I am not diabetic. I am pre-diabetic and I have a bunch of other issues due to my weight. Let's see, what other questions? I got a question about side effects, and I've pretty much talked about all the side effects that I've had in every single video. I give the side effects that I had for that week. The most consistent ones have been dry mouth, constipation, and the appetite suppression. How many calories do I aim to eat? Originally, I'd set my calories, I think, at like 1630, and that was based off of MyFitnessPal. And I answered the questions about my weight, age, gender, and activity level. And I think it recommended 1630, but then after I talked to my dietitian, she said that she would not recommend anything lower than 1650 and that I could actually go higher than that and still lose weight. So I upped it to 1650. What do I take magnesium for? So I do take magnesium every single night, and I take it for constipation issues. It is something that I've taken before I even ever started Mounjaro. I've always had a little bit of an issue with constipation. So, oh, do I take anything else for weight loss? The specific question was phentermine, and no, I do not take anything else for weight loss. My weight loss doctor that I go to never recommended anything else. When we spoke, we did talk about Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, and originally we were thinking of going with the Ozempic, but then the Mounjaro had the coupon, and also his other patients that he had prescribed Mounjaro to had seen better weight loss with the Mounjaro. So yeah, we went ahead and gave that a try. How long after I do the injection does the appetite suppression kick in? The next day. So I do my injections at night. The next day it has kicked in. Do I drink protein shakes? And I think someone had asked me if I had ever tried the Fairlife shakes. I was making some homemade protein shakes. I haven't done that in maybe almost like a month now. It's been a while since I've made one at home, but I do have some protein powders at home. And for a while there, I was like adding protein into different stuff like muffins and soup and what have you. And then I've also have made some protein shakes, but it's not something that I do often. I have tried the Fairlife. I do actually drink it every single morning in my coffee as coffee creamer. I put 2 ounces exactly in my coffee every morning. I have not just drank one like by itself. And honestly, the biggest reason for that is that it has stevia in it, and I am allergic to stevia. So it takes a while. Like, stevia has to build up in my system. If I was drinking like a substantial amount every single day, it would probably take about, I don't know, a week or two before I would notice anything. And what happens is my palms start itching, and then as it goes on, like if I continue to eat or drink things that have stevia in them, I start getting hives up my arms and start getting worse and worse to where I start getting hives in the evening time, and I start getting them all over my stomach, my rib cage, and then one night my face started swelling up, and I ended up going to the ER, and they gave me some Benadryl and a bunch of other stuff. I mostly try and stay away from stevia, which kind of sucks because a lot of the stuff that I see people using has stevia in it, and I think that the Fairlife protein, it uses both monk fruit sweetener and the stevia, so I think it just has so little stevia in it, and I'm using so little of it every day that it's not enough to like build it up in my system to cause a problem. Those are all the questions that I wrote down. If this was something that you guys enjoyed and you have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and or let me know that you enjoyed this and would like me to do it again. Lastly, I really want to thank two people in particular for supporting my channel, and it really means so much. The first one is BJ Davis. His name is Ben. He has his own YouTube channel, and then he also has a Discord group for people taking Mounjaro or any other GLP-1 antagonist type medication for weight loss. It's a very open and welcoming community of people, and I've really enjoyed being part of it. I will link his channel and also the Discord group. And then Weight Loss with Dave Knapp. He's been doing a bunch of lives over on his channel. He has a lot of really great information as well. Both him and Ben do a lot of research, way more than I do. So if you want a good channel to go to and listen about different studies and different things that Eli Lilly is doing, those are two really great channels to check out. I'll link them both below. Thank you all so much for supporting my channel and being there supporting me as well. It means so much to me.